Hello friends, welcome back. It is a new day. It is Thursday, April the 23rd. You see right there on our calendar. And we are going to finish up learning all about the earth, all about how to take care of the earth, and we're really specifically going to talk today about recycling. All right? Does anybody know what recycling is?
What is it, Miss Megan?
Well, recycling is where instead of putting something in the trash can, you actually put it in a recycling bin so that it can be used again. Okay, so when you put stuff in the trash, it goes to the big dump and they usually just get rid of it somehow. But when we recycle, we're able to reuse whatever it is that we threw away. Okay, so a lot of times it's things like cans, bottles, plastic things, glass. What else am I forgetting, Miss Cece? You think?
Plastic,
Glass, aluminum. Yeah. So
paper.
Yes, and paper. That's right. So all those things we can put in recycling, and actually they can be reused instead of throwing them away. Okay. So today we are going to read a book called Why Should I Recycle? What do you see here on the front of the book? There's a little girl, and there's a little boy. What's he carrying? It looks like a box filled with cans. Yeah, and then there's a box here with like bottles, and then there's some paper stacked up. All kinds of things that we can recycle, right? And we can reuse. So, let's read our book. Why should I recycle? Are you ready? You have on your listening ears? All right, here we go. Ready? In my family, we recycle our garbage. We return things so that they can be used again. We didn't always recycle. We used to throw everything away. You see that? Look at that big trash can that's overflowing. My goodness. On our way to school, we always pass Mr. Jones's house. Mr. Jones is our teacher. One day we saw him putting a special box with cans, bottles, and papers by the gate. "What are you doing?" he asked. "This box is for recycling. All these things are taken away and used again," said Mr. Jones. "What's recycling?" she said. "I'll explain at school." In class, Mr. Jones asked us what we did with our trash. "We put it in the garbage can. It's just old garbage." Mr. Jones said garbage contained lots of useful things that can be recycled or used again. Why should I recycle? Why do you think you should recycle? Do you think maybe it helps our earth? I think so. Let's see. Mr. Jones took the class to a recycling center. It had separate containers for bottles, cans, plastic, clothes, and paper. "What do you think happens to all the glass that goes in here?" asked Mr. Jones. What do you think happens? Let's find out. "It all gets broken down to make new shiny bottles. And guess what happens to all the cans that go in here?" asked Mr. Jones. What do you think happens? Let's see. "They get melted down to make new metal things, like bikes and scooters." Wow. "And what about the paper and plastic that goes in here and here?" Mr. Jones asked. "The paper gets shredded and used to make new books and comics. All these things come from garbage we just throw away?" Little girl asked. "This plastic can be used to make all kinds of things, including clothes. You might be wearing some," said Mr. Jones. "So why waste waste?" Right? That's why it's so important to recycle. Most of the garbage we put in the trash can get buried in dumps that spoil the countryside. It's good to recycle as much as you can, said Mr. Jones. So what else can we recycle? Let's find out. Clothes, books, and toys that you don't want can all be taken to the second-hand store, said Mr. Jones. The food we buy at supermarkets comes in packages that can often be used again. Don't waste, Mom. I told Mom and Dad about our trip to the recycling center. Now we buy recycled things at the store. Recycled paper helps to save trees. We always recycle the plastic bags, too. We brought our own bags. Thank you. That's a good thing to do, too. We also recycle everything at home. Fruit and vegetable peelings get recycled on our new compost heap. The compost helps my mom's prized vegetables grow. That's another way that you can help the earth, is by composting old food. Now we recycle so much garbage, there's hardly any left to put in the can. Recycling is kind to nature. It saves money and it's fun. The end. Did you learn something new about recycling today? Can you tell me what it is? What did you learn? What kinds of things do we recycle? Paper and bottles, plastic, glass, aluminum. You can even recycle clothes, right? Yeah, those are all things that we can recycle and we can use again instead of throwing in the trash. All right. So, my friends, that is the end of our story today. We're going to come back tomorrow, and instead of reading a story, we are going to sing some songs, and we're going to say a little something to each one of you. All right? Does that sound good? Okie dokie. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.